Scoreboard is in splendid form as always. The gold weather vane slightly faded into the background of the trees in the distance here. It's showing 0 for 0, and that means we're ready to get underway. And Issy Wong will open the bowling from the Birmingham end. She's on her way in now for the second game of the Rachael Heyhoe-Flint tribute. She bowls her first ball. Laura Marshall is out. It's a terrific start from Issy Wong. She has hit the top of the off stump with the first ball, knocked it back, and that scoreboard will tick to 0 for 1. From the very first ball of the game. A terrific start for the Central Sparks, exactly what they would have wanted. Issy Wong going with the same end, and she was struggling with her line in the previous game, but she didn't there.
Well, I saw her warming up from both ends this morning, but she's obviously chosen that end again, which it's turned out to be a very good decision there. I mean, she's right on the money there from ball one, which is great to see for the Sparks. The blonde hair coming towards us there is obviously taken that batsman a little bit by surprise, and hopefully there's more of that to come.
There was a feeling almost of quaking in the boots for the batter Laura Marshall there, because it's such a sort of long run, a formidable run. I saw a great picture of Issy Wong after the first game. He just looked so strong at the crease, and well, she really produced, and that was probably as quick as anything we saw her bowl in the first game, which bodes very well. Amy Jones is a good distance back, and it means we require a new batter straight away for the Thunder. So
yeah, Emma Lamb's coming into bat here. She's got a good bit of experience with the England Academy. She's a strong contender here. So this should be a good matchup.
Yeah, both of these players have been taking part in the Bio-Bubble series, as this one's short of a length and it's defended by Lamb. It was going well over the top there from Wong, but it was arrow straight again, and that's a really encouraging sign for the Sparks, and it will have a few from the Thunder a little worried at that far end.
Yeah, I think Wongi's been focusing this winter on really picking up her pace, but actually we need to get that action right, and we need to get it straight and on the money, and she's definitely produced for those first two balls here.
So the voice of Sarah again there, just to introduce myself, Mike Perkins, bringing you the commentary as well via the Central Sparks live stream, and Issy Wong bowling, and there's an appeal for LBW here. The umpire shakes the head. Issy Wong sticks her hand to her head, and again honing in on those stumps, but not quite enough for the umpire's liking. Perhaps a little bit of bat involved there as well. It sort of sprang out into the offside in that fashion. No run scored from either of the previous two deliveries. Still 0 for 1.
Yeah, it's great to see her energy out there today, and the Sparks being really positive here even after that first defeat.
And just as she turned to the camera, there was a big smile on her face, but it's serious now as she runs in and bowls, and it goes through outside the off stump. Lamb is beaten with a flourish of a drive, and perhaps not the ball to go after there.
No, and I think if anyone's going to take that nick behind, you've got Amy Jones there with the gloves on and Marie Kelly in the slips. So yeah, I wouldn't be playing those outside the off stump this early on.
It's going to come sharp though.
It is.
I'm guessing you might have, I think Issy Wong's one of the players you've played with, and you might have had a bit of experience of it flashing past there. We'll get more thoughts on that in just a moment, because Wong is bouncing on her toes, and she's provided a tremendously exciting start to this game. 5th ball of the over, and it's played out into the offside. It's another dot ball. A good bit of fielding by Gwen Davis, looking lively at backward point, but yeah, I imagine it's quite a task for the fielders when bat does get laid on an Issy Wong delivery.
I think they say that the faster it comes, the faster it goes off the bat, and I think the Issy Wong of old, of a youngster, we would definitely have that third man and fine leg right on the boundary for her, just in case, even though that extra cover, but she doesn't seem to need that at the moment.
No, just the fine leg in place at the moment, the slip weight. Amy Jones crouches, the ball comes down from Wong, and it's played into the leg side, and the distinctive figure of Boycott actually runs over it in the end and leaves it for mid-on to do the work. 0 for 1 then at the end of the first over of the Thunder innings, which is a fantastic start for the Central Sparks. It's exactly what they would have needed after defeat in the first game. Of course, it's a different day, different game. Bank holiday Monday for everybody to enjoy. We'd love to have some of them in these seats. Perhaps by the time we get to the final we might get that, but a magnificent first over for the Sparks, but I suppose it is just an over despite all the excitement.
It is, but it's a great start from the Sparks there, and Emily Arlott hopefully can do similar from this end now. She's a Worcestershire bowler who's come up through the England Academy ranks as well, so she's got a good experience on her, and let's just hope she can find similar lines from this end.
Yes, we will see what she can produce here. Central Sparks, of course, in that distinctive looking strip with the colourful front to it. And at the back of her run is Emily Arlott, who, as all good fast bowlers should, measured it out. And Donald would have done that over the years here, and Emily Arlott's trying to produce a similar sort of spell of bowling here as this one jumps up nice and high over the top of the height of the stumps, and it's played comfortably by Georgie Boyce, who survives her first delivery but is unable to score off it.
Yeah, Georgie Boyce is a strong batter from the other end as well. Once she gets her iron, she can really hit some big balls here. So let's just hope that we get to see some of that today.
Arlott on her way again, striding in, comfortable length of stride, and just bowls a ball that seemed to tail back slightly towards the stumps and required the bat of Boyce, which again didn't produce runs, but needed to be on guard from a defensive perspective.
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite tricky for the batters here, because the pace from one end is quite different from that for the other. Emily Arlott has perhaps got slightly more control, and she's bowling that slightly a slower sort of in-swinging ball from this end.
What you're hearing there is Sarah again, and this is Emily Arlott bowling outside the off stump, outside half of the bat, but a good chunk of it was on the ball and just sends it into the offside. Third ball of the over, no runs from it so far. 0 for 1, the Thunder score, and we're not giving you that in the Australian fashion. That means no runs have been scored, but already we have seen the opening batter, Laura Marshall, dismissed from the very first delivery of the game. An exciting start, and Arlott's trying to produce more for the Sparks. It's outside the off stump, and this will be caught at backward point.
That's a great catch by Gwen and Davis there.
It's the excellent catch by Gwen and Davis off the bowling of Emily Arlott. It's 0 for 2, and the Thunder are in all sorts of trouble in this game. It was an uppish cut stroke from Boyce, and the two opening batters have gone for 0. 0 for 2, the Thunder score.
Yeah, you'd have backed Gwen and Davis to take that any day of the week. She's a good wicket-keeper batsman herself with excellent hands. She's been very lively there at backward point already today, and taking that will give her some confidence as well. And this is an absolutely fantastic start by the Sparks today.
In terms of difference between this and the first game, I mean, it's night and day.
Yeah, I think people sometimes underestimate how big a stage this really is. I know that there's no crowd in today, but playing a game at Edgbaston it's the first time a lot of these girls would have taken to a county ground to play a game. And of course, this is the start of a new era for women's cricket. There's a lot to prove for these girls, and there's a lot of pressure on them. And I think today is them rising to the occasion.
And the pressure's really on the Thunder here, with Marshall and Boyce already out. Marshall bowled first ball by Issy Wong, the very first ball of the game. Wong getting it completely right, and then Emily Arlott getting in on the act too with a fantastic bit of bowling herself, although it was the sharp catch really from Gwen Davis that made it. It was a slightly uppish stroke in the end. And
yeah, this is Ellie Threlkeld to come to the crease now, so the wicket-keeper batsman back from her 50 in the first game, so let's just see what her reply is here.
Well, she came in with her team in trouble in the opening game and managed to score runs. Had a good partnership with Sophie Eccleston, who we imagine will come in around about number 6 again. And Threlkeld is settling over a bat, which she now raises up above the stumps and stands stock still as she waits for Arlott, and then lets it go through outside the off stump. It's right on the money again, that delivery.
Absolutely. They're not giving them much chance to settle in here, the Sparks, so I think if they can keep this pressure on, it's going to be hard on these new batters, because obviously neither of these started this game thinking they were probably going to be in this early on, and then they're both at the crease already.
And if you're just joining us, There are no runs on the board, so you've not missed anything in that respect, but 2 wickets down already as Arlott delivers again. This one is pulled and it's down into the ground. It goes out the circle and Boycott will chase it out towards the boundary, but it will only be 1 run. A good bit of fielding there, sharp work. Boycott in the sunglasses today, although there were little bits creeping in from away to our left with the flats at the end of Sir Harry's Road. There's not too much of it about, and that brings to the end the second over of the game. 1 for 2, the first run arriving off the last ball of the second over, and it has been a superb start from the Sparks. We almost can't state it enough.
Well, yes, a little bit of a nervous run between the wickets from the Lancashire girls there as well. And let's just see what Issy Wong's got to deliver again now. She can do more of the same. She's going to continue putting the pressure on these batters.
Lots of noise. I'm sure you can hear it on the effects mic. And Eve Jones up against a team that's sort of based around where she used to play in Lancashire. She'll be eager to impress. And she must be so satisfied with this start, and she's probably the one who's been able to just almost be a little bit quieter and take a bit of a back seat and just allow her players to show what they can do. Issy Wong on her way again. Threlkeld on strike. Waits and plays into the leg side, but Boycott, who prevented a second run being taken from the previous delivery in the previous over, prevents a run being taken here, and it's been a tough start. And the other thing is they've got 11 balls there, which they're basically not going to have to score off in the second innings when they're chasing Central Sparks. So from that respect, it's a good start too.
Yes, they hopefully they can keep the score down a little bit here, and they'll have less to chase. But yeah, they're looking very sharp in the field at the moment and putting the pressure on the batters.
Wong with the scoreboard over her left shoulder delivers right arm over the wicket, and this one is defended down into the pitch and back to Wong. And as a result, another dot ball is recorded by our scorers.
You can see that Wong is on fire today. She's got that little skip after her action. Once she's gone through her action, little skip down the crease, which makes her look very positive, and she's on good form.
Everything seems to be going in a straight line with her. I presume that's one of the keys to what she does. We'll get your thoughts on that, Sarah, again just after this ball. It's Issy Wong steaming in, the city of Birmingham behind her, and the ball is played out behind square on the leg side. Arlott will come up from long leg and will prevent the second, although the Thunder were eager to try and get it. Threlkeld moves on to 2. The only 2 runs that the home side in this game, even though we're playing at Edgbaston, have scored.
Issy Wong's
lost 2 wickets.
Well, she's always had a very, very good action, even from a young girl. She's been a very enthusiastic cricketer, and she's always willing to learn. But just lately, she's got stronger. She's got faster, and it's working really well for her.
As I say, it's well worth tracking down that photo on the Central Sparks Twitter feed. She looks so strong at the crease and does so again there as she delivers to Lamb, who will be nervous, even though she's only faced 6 balls now, I think it is, but still on naught, and with 2 of her teammates, the opening batters, who she was probably relying to allow her to put her feet up for at least a few more overs than this, and she is yet to find a way to get her first run. Just waits, bat easy motion in her hands, and she just defends again into the leg side, and again Wong comes up and picks up, and it's a dot ball.
It's great to see this consistency from Issy Wong this early on, not just from a Central Sparks point of view, but from the potential England point of view going forward. She has, as I said, she's got that genuine pace on her, but actually been struggling earlier on in the summer. Obviously had a long layoff as everybody else did, but to find that length, but it seems to be working for her today.
Well, the cobwebs have well and truly been blown out, and blew out the off stump with the first ball, just forced to abort the run on that occasion. The umpire just wanted a silence, I think, before Wong delivered, and almost like naughty school children, the Central Sparks players all sort of take a step back, and they haven't put their hands in their pockets, but it was almost as if they were, and whistling there after the slight stern look from the umpire. Here comes Wong, delivers to Lamb, who drives up to mid-off, and Sarah Glenn will walk in and pick up in her right hand and just examine the ball a few times. And 2 for 2 is the score at the end of the third over, and I suppose the power play aspect of it as well. I mean, the Central Sparks would want everyone up and in the ring because of the way they're bowling under this slightly cloudy sky, but that's another aspect here. That's 3 overs gone of the power play and only 2 runs on the board.
Yeah, they'll be very pleased with this start, the Central Sparks, definitely. But as you said, when you're bowling these great areas that the girls have bowled so far, you wouldn't mind having all these people in the ring putting the pressure on. So there's only been a few nervous runs so far from the Lancashire girls. So let's see what happens this over.
Arlott just spanned the ball once at the back of her run, and she will approach the crease from the pavilion end now and delivers, and this one's defended. Popping well forward in the end there was Rachael, getting right over the front toe in a defensive motion, dot ball.